Welcome back everybody. I've got a whole new full house clean video. I'm going to start in the kitchen because I need to get laundry on the line. It is really mega hot today. I'm going to take full advantage of it and everything is going on the line to get dried today, saving me a fortune in electric using the tumble dryer. There are some things I absolutely hate being line dried. Jeans, towels, that sort of thing. I find they go really crunchy on the line. They're really uncomfortable to wear. And I know you're not supposed to use fabric softener with your towels because they stop absorbing water. But I have tried like mega dosing with the fabric softener and even that didn't help. I did try using vinegar because that's supposed to help. Nope. Didn't change anything. Still crunchy, crispy towels and jeans. So I always tumble dry them no matter how beautiful the day is. Okay, while the laundry is taking care of itself, let's move on to start the actual cleaning and the housework. So I'm going to start in everybody's favourite room, Alyssa's room. This is a room, I should say, that is going to be getting redecorated so she can have plenty of storage and just have a nice room that looks the part, that she can take some pride in. She's going to get a brand new bed, the whole 9 yards. At the moment, as you can see, there's just, I don't know, there's just not a place for everything and it's kind of easy just to dump stuff wherever you sit or lay. And I'm hoping like putting her some storage in, like nice easy use storage. These bins that I've got for her bedding and her towels, they kind of stack. So to actually access anything, you've got to drag them out and then put the bits away or get the bits out, then restack them again. And it's just, I don't know, it's just extra work. And I'm the type of person that just can't be bothered with the extra work. And I think Alyssa's very much like me in that sense. So if something's not easy to do, it tends to get sort of missed and left by the wayside. So her storage is going to be mega easy to use and access. It's going to be labelled clear, so it's more user friendly, I'd say. She has picked out a colour scheme for her room, so that's going to be fun. And she's basically given me free reign over her room within that colour scheme. So I have run a few ideas past her. I have been checking out a lot of feng shui videos to try and make this room a little bit more balanced, a little bit more comfortable. And I've got some ideas. Or when I say some, I've got a whole notebook of ideas actually, to be fair. I cannot wait to get my hands on this room. A little part of me is worried that I'm going to decorate this room. I'm going to spend a lot of money doing it. And she's just going to disrespect it and trash it. I'm hoping that's not the case. I am hoping that it is just because her room is in this state that she has no love for it, no care for it. It's just a place where she sleeps. And that once we do it up, she's going to be so much more proud of it. But that's a dilemma for another day. For now, let's just get cleaning this room up, get it all nice and tidy and organised. Now, I know it looks quite bad, but it's not actually that bad. Normally, doing her room can take me maybe an hour, sometimes even longer if it's particularly bad. I think today, even with changing the bed linen and having like little breaks to watch the program I'm watching on the laptop here, it didn't take me that long. I think it was about half an hour. So it does show that while her room is untidy, and it definitely is untidy, it's not actually that dirty. Like I say, I normally spend double the amount of time cleaning this room. And I didn't have to today, so that was really, really good. She is trying to keep on top of things and it seems to be working. This confused the heck out of me. I hadn't realised I'd put that Christmas pillow in the box, and then I couldn't work out why the electric blanket wouldn't fit. I don't know what goes on with my brain sometimes. Okay, for those of you wondering, no, Alyssa does not have a duvet. Now, she did have a duvet. Baby cat went through a period where she was weeing on everything. We would wash the duvet, dry the duvet, and put it back on Alyssa's bed. But because it was the beginning of the year, springs in the UK tend to be quite cold. It's hard to get stuff dry. The duvet was literally spending more time in the laundry than it was on Alyssa's bed. So we ended up just throwing it away, and Alyssa was using blankets to keep warm at night. Now this room, that does sound really cruel when you say it like that, but this room, you can see just under the window, has the radiator, but it also has the immersion heater, and that whole wall to the left of your screen there is basically the chimney breast wall. So the hot air from the fire down below would come up and heat that wall. She'd also have her radiator that would be heated during the winter, and the immersion heater that would be full of hot water. So actually, in the winter, Alyssa generally complains that her room is far, far too hot. So when we got rid of the duvet, blankets were enough to keep her warm at night. It was only supposed to be a temporary thing, but then of course summer kicked in, so we didn't get a duvet then either, because obviously it's stiflingly hot, and who wants a duvet when it is so hot? But part of her room renovation is going to be all new bed linen. We will get her a summer duvet for all year round use, which means even in the winter when it's stupidly hot in here because of the radiator, the wall and the immersion heater, she will be able to have a duvet and still sleep at a reasonable temperature. So the colour scheme Alyssa has gone for in this room is kind of like a dark green. She wants like gold trim, kind of creams as well. She has picked out a whole colour palette that she would like. Like I say, we've gone through a few ideas. I've thrown my bits in there for her storage and how that's going to look. And we have kind of collabed on how that's going to look. She has asked for like some faux greenery and that sort of thing. So I don't know how I'm going to incorporate that in, but I think I'll be able to. It should be fine. One thing I am super duper concerned about though is how I'm going to fit it all in. Now that is a double bed in Alyssa's room, and as you can see it takes up the vast majority of the floor space. Where I am now, there's like, I don't know, maybe 3 foot of room here, and then we've got the cupboard for the immersion heater and her door. So she has about 3 foot of functional floor space. That's it. That's it. This is basically a box room with a double bed in it. Now, I know people have suggested maybe one of those lift-up style beds, so she can have some storage under the beds. And I do like that idea. However, I don't think it's going to be a practical solution in this house or in this particular room, because, as I said earlier, with the tote boxes I've got, they've got stuff stored in them, but I and Alyssa cannot be bothered to drag them all out, to put everything away, to restack them all back up. And I just kind of get the feeling like if you have to lift the bed, root through, pull out what you need, then put the bed back down, it's just never ever going to happen. What I kind of need is a bed that's built on, you know those cubed storage units you can get? A bed built on top of cubed storage units. Because then all you got to do is like I don't know, pull out a cube. You don't even have to have the cubes there. You could have like open cubed storage units and just sort of kick your shoes under there or just throw stuff under there, and then it's so much easier to get to. That's what I need. I need to find a bed with cubed storage underneath. Ooh, I need to start having a look. I'm excited now. That cubed storage is actually, I'm guessing, going to be a running theme throughout this whole bedroom then. My plan was basically for the wall to the right of your screens here, where the head of her bed is, I was going to get like cubed storage units and sort of box the bed in with those units. I did have a plan on turning the bed round perhaps and having cube storage units around it, but either way, the bed was going to be sort of surrounded and built in by cubed storage units. So she had little areas, little cubbies just to pop everything. Then at the foot of the bed, I was going to have maybe an ottoman if I could fit one in, or a blanket box, something like that. So she's got somewhere to store all her teddies, all her blankets, things like that, all her soft, squishy stuff that could go in there. Definitely some more shelves, so she's got places for her books. But yeah, cubed storage was definitely going to be a theme for this room. But I never thought about a cubed storage under bed. I'm not sure why Alyssa has as many drinks bottles as she does. I think she forgets she's got them. I don't know, but yeah, she seems to have a fair collection. So if you're wondering what the feathers are all over Alyssa's floor, they are from a pigeon. Baby cat sadly managed to lose her pink collar and managed to start catching pigeons again. The pink tutu collar that she normally wears works wonders. It did actually stop her catching birds. I did have my doubts it was going to work because, you know, it's a pink tutu collar. How is that going to prevent her from catching birds? But it did. However, somewhere along the line, she has managed to slip herself out of it and is back catching birds. Now, there is another one ready to go on her. That will be on in the next day or so. And it will prevent her catching birds again, so the birdie population can recover. Although, to be fair, I do think not being able to catch birds has kind of dampened her spirits for it, because she lost the collar a week or so ago, and we thought, oh well, you know, she's out of the habit of catching birds now. So we didn't bother getting her a new one. But in just over a week, nearly 2, she's only caught 1 bird. So that's not bad going. We are getting her a new one, as I say, though, so the bird population will be safe. I am going to come back and hoover, guys. I don't just leave the feathers all over the floor, but I prefer to hoover my house in one go rather than keep stop-starting. Alright, let's move on to our room. Okay, in our room, it's not really going to change much. I do love the colour scheme in here. I do. It just doesn't... there's just something not right, something missing. So all the wallpaper is going to be stripped again. I know we only just done it, but because of the state of the walls, like the plastering and all that, it just looks nasty. You know, in the right lights you can see all these weird lumps and bumps in the walls, and the paper doesn't quite join and sit right in places because the plaster's crappy. And because myself and Dell are by no means painters, decorators, chippies, or any of that malarkey, the skirting boards we've tried to fix on just don't look good. They just don't sit right. So I'm going to get a professional chippy in to do that. I'm going to get a professional plaster in to skim the walls. The grey paint that we've got is the oddest thing. The oddest thing. Like, you can touch it and it holds on to, like, you know, people have natural oils on their skin. Even if you've just washed your hands, you have natural oils on your skin. If you touch the wall, it actually changes colour to the oils on your, with the oils on your skin, and it stays that way. These walls now with this grey paint look filthy, like horrendously bad. It is the worst paint I have ever had the misfortune to have ever in my home. So I am going to get another grey paint because I do like the colour. I just don't like the paint we've got. I'm going to get a different version of the grey paint. Maybe one that's wipeable, one that doesn't cling to every gram of dust or hair or anything. Oh, they're disgusting walls. So that is going to get changed. We're staying with the colour scheme, but it's just going to get freshened up and professionals are going to come in. We also need better storage in this room. So we've got that weird shelf that is balanced on the top of our bed here. That is balanced there because it holds the overhead projector for our TV. We stream programs in the evening, that sort of thing. So that does need somewhere to go, but I don't want it on this rickety old shelf that's been repurposed from other places in the house. It just looks tacky and horrible. I want some pretty shelves, some lovely shelves that it can sit on nicely with some pretty ornaments around it, and it can look stylish and chic. So overall, we are reskimming the walls. We're having a chippy come in and replace the skirting boards and the door frame. I am having a professional carpet fitter in to refit carpets in the whole house, but this one is getting done as well. I'm having some really nice shelves, and I'm thinking maybe on having that box storage that actually I'm going to get for Alyssa's room. Not quite sure yet. I'm going to have a look for the beds and see what I like. But yeah, this room is going to be staying mostly the same. It's just going to have a few professionals come in just to finish it off and just lighten it up, because this room I am pretty happy with. Just needs some tweaks. So this room is just going to be tweaked. We are getting all new bedding. As you can see, you know, it's just getting a bit old and drab. The dog ran in and out, got covered in mud, or was going on walks and got covered in mud, straight on our duvet. At that point, I didn't have the waterproof mattress protector to stop the transfer of filth. And even if we shut him out of our room, he'd sort of smash into the door with his head, throw it open, and then just jump on the bed. So we do need a new duvet that is not stained from mud. It has been washed. It is not actually dirty. That is staining that will not come out. So we are getting new bedding. Also, our pillows are just getting a bit old, a bit past it. They're stained from a few years worth of use. Just all needs refreshing. I am having another professional in to actually clean the mattress. Now, I'm sure you've seen in my other videos that I have used my carpet shampooer with the upholstery attachment to try and clean my mattress. But it just didn't get it clean. It just didn't, you know, it still looked a bit stainy. It still looked a bit ugh. So yeah, there will be a professional coming in to do a professional job because I want that mattress clean, and it will be clean. So yeah, that is what's going to be happening in here. Everybody's bedroom is going to be getting 2 waterproof mattress protectors. One on the bed, one in the wash, so there's always one when we change the bed in, we can pop a fresh one on. Everyone is also going to be getting 2 duvet protectors. Again, one in the wash, one on the bed, and everyone is going to be getting 2 sets of pillow protectors. Now, I know it seems a bit fussy to have all that going on, but at the end of the day, duvets, pillows, mattresses, they're all really expensive things to replace. And while I understand that those things aren't going to completely protect them, they'll probably still need vacuuming, cleaning, that sort of thing, and replacing eventually anyway. It is going to reduce the amount of times that we need to clean them and replace them. So yeah, everyone is going to be getting 2 sets of each thing, which means that one could be in the wash while one is on the bed. I'm also thinking I may get an extra set of waterproof mattress protectors, because I found last year, after Woody had destroyed the duvet, I should say, that using a waterproof mattress protector on the top of the bed actually prevented the dog from destroying the duvets and the duvet covers. So I may get an extra set just so when, you know, you've made your bed in the morning, you could throw the waterproof mattress protector on over the top, and voila, your bed is protected throughout the winter from mucky dogs. I would just get a stair gate at the top of the stairs, but Woody does like to sleep on our bed all day long. And we also have baby cat, who, after hunting mice or whatever else she does through the day in the fields during the winter, she can come home pretty gnarly as well. So she'll go and lay on Alyssa's bed or Craig's bed. She doesn't really lay on ours. But, you know, with her wandering about too, we do need those mattress protectors to go on top of the beds to stop the dog and the cat making a mess, because she'll just slip through a baby gate. The dog won't be able to get up it, but the cat sure as heck will. So some of this mess is from other rooms, some of it's from our rooms. I cannot see the point in running up and down stairs, each room with all of the washing up, all of the laundry. So I do sort of tend to move it all into one pile, all together, and then just take it up and down the stairs in one load. Laundry, rubbish, washing up. I do go back round and hoover all of the house. I just like to do it all in one go rather than stop starting. I do like the oil burners in each room, and I do go around with the Astonish antibacterial cleaner in lemon scent. Now we're just going to move on to the bathroom. So some people have voiced concern that I use the same cloth to clean everything in my bathroom. I do use a separate cloth for the bathroom than I do to dust the rest of the house. But I do use one cloth to dust the bathroom or clean the bathroom, and one cloth to dust the house, one cloth to clean the kitchen. I clean the bathroom working from the cleanest item down to the dirtiest item. So the bath is first. We don't really have baths anymore since we've got the shower installed. So there's only a small amount of the bath that actually needs a quick clean round. Obviously the sink is used multiple times a day. There's 4 of us here that brush our teeth twice a day. Obviously you're washing your hands before and after work or gardening, before and after using the toilet. So the sink is probably the next dirtiest, and then of course the toilet last. Once I've cleaned the toilet, this rag then goes into a boil wash with antibacterial cleaner alongside the normal detergents you would use in a wash load. So all of the germs that might possibly be on there are no longer going to be on there. That cloth is safe. I do also use tissue just to wipe down the toilet. I don't know, with a dog it seems to get hairy. I don't understand how the toilet gets hair on it, but it does. And it always seems to get really dusty. I don't understand how the toilet gets so dusty. But anyway, I always use a bit of tissue just to go around and just make sure it's extra clean and all those little bits of dust and hair and lint and whatever are off the toilet. So yeah, that is why I use one cloth to clean my entire bathroom. Like I say, I am in my 40s now. My eldest is nearly 20 and my youngest is nearly 17. You know, my husband's also coming up to 50 this year. It's never done us any harm. I'm not changing the habits of a lifetime. It's perfectly fine, perfectly hygienic. There is no problem. I also put the Harpic down and leave it down for as long as possible, just to make sure it's getting all the lime scale off. Although Harpic does a really good job really quick. I just like to leave it down. So we're going to move on to a time lapse now, because this room took forever. I moved the books around, I dusted the shelves, I found space for Knight Rider, so he is off the table now and on the shelves. I went to town in this room. Like I say, it took me so long. I did go time lapse on here, otherwise it would have been a hell of a long video. And now I move into the dining room. Again, I time-lapsed the laundry because there was a mountain of this. And it took me about an hour and a half to fold it all, sort it all, and work out where it needed all to go. Great fun. Oh yeah, and then I ironed it all as well. I did, while I was ironing though, find out one of the contractors that was doing the rendering on the house had somehow managed to get one of their t-shirts into my laundry cycle. I mean, go figure. When did they manage to sneak that in and how? Why am I washing the contractor's clothes? I don't get it. Anyway, this is literally the next day. So I spent my whole day off cleaning. I only managed to get this far. So I am about to go to work for a 10-hour shift this morning. I just want to get the living room finished. Guys, I do apologise. I did not get round to doing the kitchen. I spent the whole day doing the rest of the house. There's the contractor's top. I don't know what to do with it. I can't throw it away. It's not mine. But I don't know if they're coming back for it. What do I do? I'm going to hold on for it for now. I'm going to ring them and find out what on earth is going on with it. But as I say, I didn't manage to get round to the kitchen. I spent the whole of my day off yesterday cleaning and scrubbing everything. I'm now on a 10-hour shift today. So I am just going to whip round and clean up the living room. I do get the washing up done, but that's all. And really, since I gave the kitchen a deep clean the other day, it's just the dailies that need doing in there. The washing up, the laundry, and just taking out the bins. So it's not that bad in there today, actually. But like I say, there will be no cleaning of the kitchen in this video, I'm afraid. And you also don't get to see me hoover, but please, I did do that, I promise. I know, I keep saying I do all these things off camera and everyone's like, yeah, but do you really? I do, I really, really do. Anyway, I have told you my plans for the other rooms decor-wise. This room, I will also tell you my plans. Okay, so we are going to be getting leather sofas. The fabric ones are grey. I understand there's pros and cons with both, but with the fabric ones, I'm always having to take off the cushions and wash them. They fall apart because you're having to constantly do that. It's just not great. These are really low back sofas as well, which are so, you know, you sit on them and you clock your head on the wall or the windowsill, and they're really difficult to get out of. My dad did buy them for us. They were so fantastic when we first got them, but now they are really past their use by date. They're definitely a bit old and they need replacing. So we're getting leather sofas. They're going to be wipeable, so when the dog gets filthy, I can wipe them clean. It also means there will be no random dog smells in there. They'll be easier to hoover off and keep the dust down. So when Kerry visits, there'll be no dust allergies. There are so many benefits to us getting leather sofas. So leather sofas there will be. I'm also getting net curtains in here and in all the other rooms, and they're also getting roller blinds alongside regular curtains as well. Just in the winter, because where we live, the winds get so strong and it gets so cold, I want to cut down the amount of transfer through the windows, so they're getting 3 layers of protection. We are getting carpet in here, the same carpet that's going in the rest of the house. That's going to be a nice beige carpet. I know, I'm crazy, beige in the countryside with a muddy, filthy dog, I know, but that's what I'm doing. I did kind of think grey, but no, I want beige. I know, I'll regret it, but I do, I want beige. We are having like it's a terracotta, a taupe, kind of a taupe colour theme downstairs. It's all going to be like browns, taupes, creams, that sort of colour palette, that sort of colour theme scheme. The kitchen is definitely going taupe. I've found the most beautiful mosaic tiles go in the kitchen. There are going to be radiator covers in here. It's just going to look amazing. With the air source heating they're wanting to put in, we will be getting rid of the fireplaces. I know it's sad, but they will have to go. They will not let us keep them because they're not paying for the chimney sweeps anymore. So yeah, sadly they will be going. I will be putting in some pretty lamps and some sort of ambient lighting. There'll be some lighting going on the shelves, much like we've got in the cubed shelves. I'm not a big fan of the big light. I know a lot of people are, but I'm not. You know, in the evenings when it's dark, especially in the winter, you want to be warm and cosy. You do not need a replica sun blasting from the middle of your living room. So I am going to be grabbing some pretty lamps to just pop around the place and some nice ambient lighting. So that will be happening. A lot of the ornaments will be going. Some now are really broken. I've repaired them as much as I can, but it's time to admit defeat and get rid of them. I really don't want to. I have been holding on to them for as long as I can because they have been brought for me by friends and family, and I do love them. And I felt guilty about throwing things away that friends and family have brought me, but they are broken. They are damaged, and yeah, it's time to replace them. I've got massive amounts of enjoyment from them, and that is what counts. But it is time to move on from them and maybe replace a few and maybe just move on from some others. So yeah, there will be lots of new ornaments, lots of big designs, a whole new colour scheme. I have been looking into feng shui again with this room. So the whole room will be getting moved around. Where the sofas are at the minute is not a good idea, according to feng shui. So lots of moving and going on. Lots of falling down, evidently. My camera decided to take a quick break there and just show you how mucky my floors were. Really covered in dog hair, but that is about to change. I am going to sweep them and get them clean and tidy before I leave for work. Back onto the subject of room decor and what I'm going to be doing with this room. So behind these units here is my radiator. Now obviously during the winter that radiator is not really functional. It does help keep the spiders a bit extra warm, but with the units in front, it doesn't really heat the room. We do rely on the fire for room heating. Otherwise, it just gets too hot. But when they put the new heating system in, that radiator behind these units is going to be gone. So the sofas are probably going to end up in this corner that you can see now, the back corner of the room. So we'll be looking out of the windows, not have the windows behind us. The cabinet that used to contain the towels and is now just a storage cupboard for general junk and stuff we don't have a home for, stuff we want to keep forever but for no purpose. That is all probably going to be ripped out actually, because at the moment it's just hiding ugly pipework for the back boiler and heating system that we've got with the coal. Obviously once the coal's gone, there'll be no need for the ugly hideous pipework anymore. Although I am assured there'll be more ugly hideous pipework that I'll have to try and hide. But you know, we have things that we have to put up with in life, and these are the things. So the fire will be gone, the cupboard will be gone, and over in this back corner will be sofas. I'm hoping I can put shelves in the cupboard corner and it can become like maybe a reading nook or something similar. I want it cosy and warm. Perhaps I'll get a small fish tank without any fish in it. I don't want any more pets, but I don't want something pretty to look at. So maybe a fish tank with a little bubble aerator thing in it, or some pretty tank ornaments, you know, stuff like a decorative tank rather than a functional fish tank. So yeah, that is what's going to be happening to this corner. I'm hoping to get a lovely big area rug that will just sort of section this part of the living room off as, you know, cozy living room. But I don't know. This living room has just been such a battle of wills to try and get it to be what I want it to be. One day it will submit. It will. It will! I cannot wait to film the declutter of this lounge. I can't tell you how much I want to do it. I've already authorised Dell to use my big shed. I did get my big shed so I could exercise out there in it. That's not happened. That's not going to happen. So I have authorised Dell the use of my shed. So hopefully he can make it into like an office and maybe one day get his own business up off the ground, up and running. So he will have my shed and we can get some of the stuff out there in storage for him to use in his business. And oh my god, is it going to be so good to get rid of all the clutter in this room. There is so much of it, so much unnecessary stuff. I was under the impression that ornaments had to be small, and because I didn't have a massive mansion house, I had to have little small knick-knacky ornaments. That's not the case. Sometimes a nice big statement piece is exactly what you need. And I'm going to be, hopefully with the help of my sister, just redesigning this living room. Like I said, I've got the colour schemes already picked out. I know what I'm having. But it's with the dressing or the staging or whatever you like to call it of a room. That I am no good at. In fact, that I am absolutely miserably hopeless at. But anyway, that is the plans for this room, this nook, this corner. Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be so good to get rid of the clutter. Now that little mess is cleaned up, I am ready to get myself off to work. I wish you the best of luck in whatever you are doing today and with the rest of your week, and I'll see you for a full house clean again next week. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye for now.